Hey everyone, what's going on? Today is Tuesday, February 11th, 2014. The other night on Sunday, we had the return of Walking Dead, everyone. I know my video is a little late, I've been busy the last couple days. Anyway, it was the mid-season premiere on Sunday, the mid-season finale back in December. The governor brought his own people with their giant tank and basically took out. They tried to take over the prison. Didn't go over so well. We lost the governor. He's gone, which is kind of good. But we lost Herschel. Everyone got his neck, his head severed. It was a travesty. It really sucked. Anyway, this episode 9, was titled After. Clearly, it entitles and links to the aftermath of the events for Michonne, Carl, and Rick after leaving the prison, up in flames, basically. And, well, Michonne doesn't waste any time. She actually goes right back to the prison, and she actually acquires 2 new Walker pets. We saw this at the beginning of season 3, where, she slices off their arms and their mouths so that she can't get infected by them, as she uses them as kind of like a cover so she can just, walk all over the place, through a walker horde or something like that. So that was interesting to see. But took a slight sad turn because as she was doing this, she found Herschel's severed head on the ground, but it was like a walker head. It was interesting to see, but quite sad. So along the way, we see Carl. He's changed already. He's headstrong, and he's growing up. This kid. Not only is he headstrong, but he's changed because he's realized that his sister is dead. We saw his sister's baby seat, covered in blood. But like I said in my last review for this show, I'm still speculating on what happened to her. Anyway, they find themselves at a bar, and they're looking for supplies and everything. And Rick has also noticed that Carl is already different from leaving the prison and abandoning everyone else. So as they're looking for supplies in other places as well, he's starting to realize that Carl's actions could be quite reckless too, and arrogant. But he sees it as arrogant and reckless. Honestly, I see it as Carl starting to become more of a realist. Like I said, he's headstrong now. He's getting older. But, there's some events that he does which are a little reckless. So, we actually see something interesting about Michonne. She actually had a nightmare which involved herself, her brother, and I believe her boyfriend. Like a conversation they had before the zombie apocalypse, and it was just interesting to see like what her life was before the zombie apocalypse. And we also got to see she had a son before it all happened, which kind of makes me believe why she was crying when she held Judith for the first time last year during a couple episodes ago. But yeah, she had a son, and it was just interesting to see like Michonne's like this badass chick, and who would have thought someone like this had a kid? And we always believed, how did Michonne get her original like Walker pets? Well, I'm guessing is that because they hinted at the arms being chopped off of her brother and her boyfriend. So I'm guessing that had to be hinting to those were her original walker pets. Her own boyfriend and her own brother were behind her, kind of tied up to her. It's crazy what some people will do in zombie apocalypse. Absolutely nuts. So the next morning, in a little house, Carl actually tries to wake Rick up, and he's not waking up. He's screaming and everything, and of course, the screaming attracts some walkers at the front door. And as I said, Carl does get a little reckless, but for the right reasons. He tries to show his father that he can take care of himself on his own. Um, but he tries to lead the walkers away from the house, but he tends to get into some trouble with it, and just he kind of gets kind of buried in dead walkers. Like literally, the walkers are dead, like dead, dead, and he's three of them like kind of toppled on toppled on top of Carl, and we do see that he's a little reckless, but for his own reasons. Um, so after this, Carl he actually goes back to the house where his father is still unconscious, and he actually gloats to an unconscious Rick, talking to him about how he failed as a leader and losing the prison because all he wanted to do was be a farmer and just plant vegetables and stuff. He's saying that, Rick let the governor in, basically, because he's not a good leader. And he said and did some stuff that I don't think any of us really saw coming, which was absolutely eye popping. Um, there was this one scene from Michonne. Clearly, something's wrong with her psychologically. Definitely psychologically. And walking through the forest with her little pets, all of a sudden she just goes on a huge rampage, just slicing walkers' heads off. Just countless walkers, probably like 30 of them, all by herself. But then she realizes, this isn't me, basically, and she actually starts to track down the mud prints of Carl and Rick. So she starts finding the trails, and we see her get to the biker bar, one of the houses they found other supplies in, stuff like that. And during this event, or during these scenes where she is looking for Carl and Rick are also, they're having a heart to heart, kind of, uh, you know, they reconcile, and now they're starting to see more eye to eye that they need each other, and Carl's not ready to be on his own. And at that very last moment, Michonne actually finds them at the house where they're staying at, and the last scene is great. Basically, Rick sees someone through the peephole at the house, and well, let's just say Michonne has a gift for Carl. So next week, it looks like the episode mainly focuses on the other survivors after what happened at the prison, seeing if they can survive without their leader, and what are they going to do, and if they can find the other survivors and, come back together. Should be interesting. I can't wait for the rest of the season to go on. So, that's it for me. I'll see you all later. Bye.